So Cardano ADA has dropped more than 16% to the downside, and it's possible that we could drop even deeper. Now, as you guys know, I've been tracking this WXY structure where I've been targeting this range here between 81 cents to 84 cents. And within this Y wave, I've been tracking this corrective move where I've been targeting ADA to reach this region here between 68.19 cents to 69.38 cents. And as you can see, we ended up dropping even deeper, whilst at the same time breaking our local low at 64.71 cents. Now, two scenarios could be in play right now, one of which is an irregular flat, which is something that I talked about in my previous video, where the X wave extends beyond the wave W origin, and then you have the wave Y that will play out soon. And in fact, this wave W would then have to be adjusted. So it's there. And so if I remove some of this, so you have your WXY structure, and this W wave would be made up of a WXY structure like so. And then it could be possible that we are within this corrective move to the downside. And this X wave typically retraces anywhere between 1 to 1.236 of our wave W within an irregular flat. And so it could fall anywhere between 62 cents to 64.71 cents, which it has done already. But I am anticipating more room to the downside, like so. So if I remove this, and if I just cleared this too, and cleared that. So that's scenario one. Now the second scenario could be that we are still within this corrective move, and this wave Y is something that we're currently in, which is elongated. And should that be the case, we know that this corrective move is typically a 50 to 88.2% retracement of our bigger wave, which would be this one here. And so we know that this corrective move could fall within this range here between 55.89 cents to 77.1 cents, which it has done already. And we know that within this WXY structure, the wave Y typically retraces anywhere between 1 to 1.236 of our wave W. So if I just bring that to the right position. So we know that ADA could fall within this range here between 59.77 cents to 66.29 cents. So anywhere within this region here. So there is still more room to the downside. And I do think that we are within the final phases of completing this move before we see that bigger move to the upside. So essentially what could be in play right now is, if I just remove this, is we have this WXY structure, which we tracked previously, and then we have this corrective move, which we could potentially be in right now, and then we have a potential WXY structure to the upside at some point in the near future. Now, what is interesting about that scenario playing out is that move would be a 1 to 1.236 retracement of this move here. And so for argument's sake, if ADA was to reach the lower target, we could potentially see ADA reach anywhere between $1.40 to $1.70. And so essentially you have a bigger WXY structure in play, where we have a WXY structure like so. Now, in addition to that, you can see that on the 4-hour chart, we are within the oversold conditions. And same can be said for the daily chart and the weekly chart once it loads up, like so. And so it would be interesting to see if, we see that move to the upside, because I do think that the bears are slowly starting to lose that momentum, because of course the stochastic RSI is not a true reflection of the price action. All it does is it gives you an indication on the momentum. And so right now it's indicating that midterm and long term, the bears are slowly starting to lose that momentum. And so it would be interesting to see if, we are within the final phase of bottoming out before we see that big move to the upside. Now, of course, we do have Trump's tariffs that are going to be implemented on the 2nd of April. And I do think that the sentiment is slowly starting to shift, because, people are slowly starting to take heed of his policies, because they're starting to see the benefits. And so investors out there are probably looking at this as a good opportunity to be purchasing assets at these low prices before we see those big moves. But of course, this is only speculation. And this is something I'm going to be tracking throughout the course of this week. And so that's just my quick update on Cardano ADA. Hopefully you found this useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit that like button. And if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.